With LMNOP, I wanted to write an alphabet that was worthy of the promise of childhood. Children are little artists, and they enjoy learning through play and through imagination. And so, along with the rhythms and the rhymes of the poems, there are story elements and images which children can follow along as if on a voyage through the alphabet. They enjoy seeing the uniqueness of each letter and finding the image that is contained in the illustrations, which were so beautifully done by Bruce Bischoff. For teachers and parents, I've tried to provide a path to follow, an artistic path from which they can draw many varied academic lessons, but in an artistic way, one that inspires them to really enjoy teaching and inspires, in turn, the children to enjoy learning. I'd like to give you some examples of activities that can be drawn from each poem. Anna is sitting on the sofa. The sky outside is dark, but it is awash with stars. Adam is sprawled on the carpet, playing a game. All at once, Anna feels herself drawn outside by something. She calls, "Adam, Adam, come." They look up. One star is ablaze. Anna feels herself reaching up to the star and saying softly, "Ah, radiant star, far, far away, I have in my heart a warm place where you stay." For days, Anna carries the feeling of this experience with her, and all of nature begins to speak to her in a different way. And she finds that the words that she uttered have become a song, and she sings.
"Ah, radiant star, far, far away, I have in my heart a warm place where you stay. A is in air, the water of lakes, in apple and apricot pies that we bake. Through April and August, autumn to May, we gather the harvest of nature's array."
To look at the poem itself, you might ask, which months did Anna say in the poem which start with the sounds of A? That, of course, would be August and April. A discussion can follow, and out of the discussion, one can start to see the range of sounds that A makes. It doesn't have to go through all of the sounds, but just to give a sense that A is a very, very flexible vowel to begin with. So I suggest having the children say ah, and to feel ah in their throat, and then to say aw, and then to say ah, and then to say a. And then you can play a little game with them. It goes like this. Ah, ah, I see a star. It's very far. My mother drives a car. I have a pet that is a cat. What do you think of that? Oh, the cat has a Oh, don't trip, you might fall. I can't hear you. What did you say? Nice to meet you. What is your name? That leads us into the game of which is it? Is it apple or fig? Is it lemon or apricot? Is it ant or butterfly? Is it monkey or ape? Now, it needn't always be just the initial sound. It could also be, is it David or is it Tim? Is it grape or is it lemon? We wouldn't have the word alphabet without both the letters A and B. So here's the poem that brings the letter B. B is in bowl, bag, basket, and bin, all manner of places to keep berries in. A brawny brown bear called Big Belly beholds a bee buzzing, oh our busy bee. Now the story that this poem is based on goes like this. Big Belly awoke and sniffed the air. Something was wrong. He lumbered down to his favorite bushes beside the bay. But there was not a single berry on any bush. He followed his nose. There were bowls of berries, bags of berries, baskets of berries, and even bins full of berries. And Big Belly gorged himself with berries until he was quite full, and then he knocked over the bowls, he knocked over the bags, he knocked over the baskets, and he knocked over the bins. And then he lumbered back to where he had come from. Meanwhile, the boys who had boated over to Blueberry Island returned. Imagine what they were thinking when they saw what they saw. Isn't it amazing that so many kinds of containers begin with the sound of B? Bowl, bag, basket, bin, bucket, box, a bubble, a balloon, even a belly. And that's just to name a few. So with the children, you can explore this question and begin to pique their interest in just the quality of language and the gesture of the sounds and the letters. One activity that can be done and should be done with each letter, of course, is to learn to recite the poem itself. And this would be done responsively at first, saying one or two lines and then having the children repeat after until it's learned well enough that it can be done in unison and even have the children recite it by themselves. The pictures in LMNOP provide ample opportunity for the child to give expression to the wealth of impressions that they have taken in and thereby to bring balance. Now, drawing can seem daunting at times, but it needn't be so. Each picture has its own gesture. In this case, with Big Belly, we have his strong back up against the tree, and then his chest, and then his even larger belly. Now with the head, we want to make sure the ears are rounded, not pointed or long, and then find where the nose would lie, and then start to build up the head. We're just about there. We can give the gesture of his paw reaching up. And then his hind paws on the ground here. And of course we can add details. We can add the tree over here in the sky, but that's basically it. And the main thing is that we've done it. With each letter, there are stories and activities galore. And I hope that you have as much fun working with them as I have had myself.